Mead, first I'd like to say I really appreciate your work with Fish and Wildlife to ensure the sage-grouse determination was, quote, not warranted. You spoke about the way Fish and Wildlife has approached conservation of the gray wolf and the grizzly bear in Wyoming. Specifically, you mentioned some of the economic burdens placed on states, specifically the state of Wyoming, when recovered species remain listed. So could you provide maybe a couple of examples of why the Endangered Species Act places economic burdens on state and local governments?
Yeah, well, I'll give you an example of using the sage-grouse, Senator Barrasso. Our estimates, if the sage-grouse would have been listed, for example, Mr. Chairman, we're the #1, we export more BTUs than any other state. We're proudly an energy state, and we're proudly the #1 coal producer. But if the sage-grouse would have been listed on the maps that we showed, 80% of the available coal mines would have been affected by that listing. 2/3 of potential oil and gas developments in our state would have been covered by that listing. When you're a state that exports that much energy, take away or reduce 2/3 of your oil and gas, reduce 80% of your coal, significant economic burden. Those are just dollars that you can sort of point to. But what you cannot calculate, Senator Barrasso, that is real is lost opportunity costs. How can I tell a company, you can come into Wyoming and you can start your development, but I don't know if you're going to get it through in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, or a decade. I can't calculate that. I can't calculate that loss to our economy. I can't calculate that lost opportunity costs. And if I was able to tell that company, listen, we have a plan, a recovery plan that's in place. Here's how you reach the goal line, and here's how long it's going to take you. Then they can make that choice. But when it's an open-ended question, Senator, it may be 5 years or 20 years. And just on the gray wolf, how many years have we been in court? It's been a number of years. That has a huge economic cost that we cannot calculate, but we know is very real and very hurtful to the economy in Wyoming and to the West.